Good afternoon. So this is the day before my proof hearing in my divorce show trial, yeah, and I'm now stacking up the evidence and the complicity issues for all the participants. Only Miss Thom, who's my wife's solicitor, has confirmed receipt of the email I sent to the Jedburgh Sheriff Court containing this sickly image of all of their cover-ups through the deployment of Sheriff Halley as a cover for the War Crimes Truths of Greg Hallett, and the cover that is Arnott Manderson for Stephen House's aggrandisement to the head of the United Force as they launch a fake story on the killing of Moira Anderson that loses Scotland its referendum, and these little profiteers in the judiciary are all being shamed as members of the speculative society in Edinburgh who crashed the economy in 2008, and when they are confronted with the truth, they're reluctant to confirm receipt of my counter accusations that I have done anything evil in my entire life. So let's take you back to that's the mail that I was sent to. It was sent to Jedburgh Sheriff and Justice of the Beath Court, Pat Thom, Cabinet Secretary for Justice, Office at Witney Conservatives, Nicholas Sturgeon, myself, Stephen Hancox and Michael Ancram. Yeah, I think it's exactly the same recipients in the latest email. So of all of the recipients of that, only Patricia Thom communicated to me to say that she had received it. And let me see if I can find that response. So Thom, because it's vitally important, she realises now the implications of complicity, and there's one response from her in recent days. Pat Thom, she has not got her business headquarters or her address in Gala, but blessedly she now understands the risks of what she's doing under the orders of our national government and the people that are driving my wife into this corner in Chipping Norton, who are just slaves to the moneylenders who I'm hitting on all of the time now. So Miss Thom has the decency to say that I confirm receipt, George, thank you, and that was delivered on the 4th of April, 3 days ago. Okay, so that is really good, because I've already exposed to them in that letter that she's confirmed receipt of that everything they accused me of in my bad behaviours has been relayed directly to Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II, and that is on my website, and there is the response that says in the Queen's Aid's letter to me that they cannot interfere with their own government's crimes or words to that effect. Okay, and then we scan down it and all of the complicity issues of the sheriffdom in the horrible cover-ups that we've just discussed, and all of the issues that they're trying to persecute me with and silence me are listed below. So God bless Miss Thom. She now sees the risks of meddling with the innocents who are working to get our society back into shape and to restore all of its funding. Okay, so there are links in that letter to all of my website pages on the treason, the war crimes in Iraq, the interlocking directors, and the posters that have been hanging round my neck since I started to get witnesses to everything I do before I take it to the corrupted institutions like Jedburgh Sheriff Court. The sheriffdom there are hopelessly twisted. They'd much rather make a sacrificial victim of one of their own members, and the fact that he was able to gangbang rape his wife and dope her up with Rohypnol, dispossess her of half of her home, and he gets retired quietly with no prosecutions. It is just a sick cover-up, like the closing of Stormouth Darlin in my town for the crimes of Peter Stormouth Darlin in Lothian Road, which is the motive for all of these cover-ups. And I don't know whether or not Miss Thom grasps that now, but she does really understand deeply the complicity issues that are in the war crimes and even the identity of the Harris family that sacked me on the river, because the Harrises are involved in the Nuremberg inquests, and all of that launches Rolf Harris, and it is a sad, sad tale, the way that our whole world is run. So I'm immensely grateful to Miss Thom for that, but her advice to my wife that she could, without any implications, divorce me just because she wanted to, she's now having to think again on that, and I doubt very much that they will give me any capacity to speak for myself tomorrow. Yeah, but now that she's confirmed receipt, and the cover-ups by the judiciary and the sheriffdom in Scotland of their massive crimes against the people and all their laundering operations, which is everything that I report, and she relays to Jedburgh Sheriff Court, that's Miss Thom, who forwarded the whole of my website, which I've forwarded to the Queen and her family, yeah, to Jedburgh Sheriff Court. Last time I inquired, that document had been lost by Jedburgh Sheriff Court. Yeah, I've now given them the reminder, and they can look it up on my website, like all of the evidence I'm prepared to release. Okay, the second email I sent today was to the same recipients, and it's on the evidence of the financial asset stripping of my home by my wife, and the permission that was given to desert my bedroom 3 years after the desertion of my bedroom actually occurred, when Miss Thom replied in a letter from Canada. Yeah, it is legal to leave his bedroom. There was no explanation that the desertion of the bedroom had occurred 3 years before, within 1 month of us paying off our mortgage and the last of our endowment payments, which was massive, 16.5k being paid into the bank account. That is when my wife chose to leave me. And they've now backdated and fabricated our date of desertion to October 2011. And what they will do, if they get their way without any resistance, is to backdate the payments to my wife and the costs for this whole divorce case to defend my innocence. I'm the most innocent man on the globe, which is why they are trying desperately to silence me, and why that little man pictured with the arrow has resigned, because he is in league with the 3 Silver Arrows project and the big law firms across the world that include Burness Paul and all of the corrupted companies in Edinburgh that have not been able to engage as divorce solicitors. And the Melrose and Porteous case is absolutely sad. The man Archie Hamilton, Sir Archie Hamilton, or maybe Lord Archie Hamilton, he for a long time, I think it was approaching 20 years, was Mrs Thatcher's private secretary, and he interlocks to the director, who is the director at Birmingham City Football Club, and all of the interlocks on the boards are vicious. Take you into George Soros, JP Morgan, Michael Moore, and the Parliamentary Foundation for Democracy Limited, which is why the Democrats in the scamster team are reluctant to confirm receipt of the email I just sent them. Michael Ancram is a relatively decent and God-fearing chap. I see him at church on a Sunday quite frequently, and he's now beginning to talk to me because he realises that one needs to be God-fearing before you prepare to meet your maker. Okay, so I'm going to give them a call now at Jedburgh Sheriff Court and ask them why they are reluctant to confirm receipt of all of my information on my domestic trivia, yeah, which is the bank accounts and the asset stripping of that, by my disloyal wife and her family, just to silence me as a fraud and human rights researcher and the most active person on human rights on our globe. Yeah. And she's got really nice underwear, and it is really sad that I'm deprived of all of my sexual favours by my disloyal wife, and it is really good that her divorce solicitor has confirmed receipt of those disclosures. Yeah, there were no prosecutions. and I cannot see a sticking plaster or a red cross sign anywhere on that prostitute's body, but I'm not allowed to use the prostitute's body as a terminology in my discussions with these people, because they used to accuse me of accusing my wife of behaving like a prostitute. So within 1 month of the final payment of the last of our mortgage schemes, which on the home that was totally mine when we met, she deserted my bedroom and she began the divorce proceedings as a premeditated gesture which coincides with my launch as the most informed fraud investigator on the globe. Okay? And the links to Chipping Norton are uncontestable, which is why I still send it to Stephen Hancock's OBE, who lives in the Whitney constituency of the Prime Minister, but his director numbers are completely deviant. But I don't want to talk about those issues until the divorce persecution is seen through and everyone confirms receipt of my truths. Okay, so I'm going to give Miss Thom, the Jedburgh Sheriff Court, a call now, and let me put the camera up there so you can see why it's difficult for me to get a new partner. Yeah. Right. Jedburgh Sheriff Court. I might have that on a document here. Well, let's ring Miss Thom first. So I'm trying hard to get my weight down. Yeah, and I'm looking hard for the perfect partner who's got to be a really inspiring woman who's prepared to tell the truth no matter what pressures are exerted on her by her political superiors. Okay? I still love my wife, and that's openly declared in the videos that we've made. I'm the mother of my children. It's very hard for me as a moralist to desert that person, but I will do it when I am proven guilty in law. Right then. Ah, that's her old address in Kelso before she bailed out for fear. Okay. And the acts of God and the parallels with the Norse myths and the things that I put in the video this morning about the last bastion of paganism on our world. It is really spooky what is happening to me in this house called Valhalla. Okay, so let's get them in the new gala address. 01896 759 107. Hello, I'm up for my proof hearings tomorrow in Jedburgh Sheriff Court, and I've just sent Patricia an email, a couple of emails. She's the only one who was kind enough to confirm receipt of my first email, which was sent 4 days ago. And I'm really concerned that the Jedburgh Sheriff Court have not yet confirmed either of those emails. Have you got your number as a favour? Have you got their number? It's just that the images are pivotal, and oh, you're a diamond, thank you. 01835. Yeah, you're a diamond. And so could you, there's a second email dropped into Patricia's box this afternoon. Can you ask her if she can confirm receipt of that and that she can see the pictures clearly? Because it's so big, the file, that I had to translate it into Google something or other. And it comes up okay on my screen, but if she could give me some reassurance that that's it. Ever so kind of you, thank you. Bye bye. So Patricia's got the first one and she's going to have a wee look when she's released. That was her PA. So let's get Jedburgh Sheriff Court and see whether or not we've closed the communications loop, and my lateness will be forgiven, I hope, because all of the documents that I've sent, again, except for the financial trivia ones, have already been sent. The ones that discuss my pension. Hello, I've just sent you an email and I'm in my proof hearing tomorrow on my divorce issues, and I just wonder if you've received it and you can open the image files. I just sent it to the generic what is it again? Yeah, and it was maybe an hour ago, but I sent you one last week, so there should be 2 emails in your inbox. It's Professor George Lees and it's George and Valerie Lees or Hancock's, and the proof trial is tomorrow on the 8th. Does that help? I cannot suss out the music in the queue on the phone. It's not very inspiring. And I've now put hundreds of man hours into this project to defend myself, and I'm faced with paying the costs for it. Yeah, I've got all the documents that take us right back to our Hexham days, and I've got all the income streams and the graphs for that, and there are massive disparities. And Miss Thom, God bless her, has just received the second of my 2 emails this morning, and there she's saying, Hi George, I can confirm receipt of your emails from the 3rd, 6th, 7th April 2015. Regards, Pat. So hopefully everyone is going to become friends again and we can focus on the plight that our country is in. Yeah. And the royal family are cited by John Paterson. And let me just show you. Was I going to show you the pictures? Hiya. So the second of the two that I've sent you this week. Yeah. And is that so can you find two that I've sent to you this afternoon? Yeah, because they've got different sets of pictures on them, and Miss Thom's now confirmed receipt, but I cannot see whether or not she can see the pictures either, because I'm so poor now. Because I'm not opening any of my pensions until I see what's going to be stripped from me, but I can't get the printer to work and I'm out of ink, so it's really important that we establish that the pictures are there, otherwise I'm going to have to point at all the originals I've got in my briefcase. Alright, so the emails that I've sent you this afternoon, one of them in the email contains horrible images of Sheriff Lothian in Edinburgh, the gangbang rapist in the sheriffdom, and that is the top picture in that string of pictures. As long as you can see the pictures that I've sent as proofs of our finances in the domestic situation, and that you can see the bigger picture images of Law Enforcement Scotland and its corruption and its cover-ups, but I just want you to confirm that you can see the financial documents and the images that I've sent you that are embedded in both of the emails that I've sent you within the last hour. I'm 0157 322 9084. Yeah. And it's profgeorgelees@gmail.com. That's ever so kind of you. Thanks for your help. Bye bye. So we're on the higher ground at long last, and they're beginning to concede that. I don't know how they're going to cope with the accusation about the sheriffdom, the gangbang rape, and the setting free of that man without any legal implications. It's just a shallow cover for the crimes of the Rothschilds and the world's owners and their hub in Lothian Road, and all of you now appreciate that, and I know that Michael Ancram appreciates the risk of continuing to steal from UK citizens, which the government, until I came on the scene, with help from Gordon Bowden, who rightly tutored me into the use of company check, but I've overtaken them now. I'm prepared to confront the world owners on religion and the massive fraud that has occurred in religion over 2,000 years, and all of the implications of that, and the control of the masses that means that everything that is run in the justice sector is treasonous and for profit, but only the people right at the top of the food chain in the monarchy and their money lenders profit from it. Yeah, Prime Minister Cameron is a decent kind of chap. He's refused to engage in the war crimes that Tony Blair profited from, and I know that is because he's God-fearing and he's been a victim of acts of God with his own children, and I keep telling you that story. I'm still waiting for his call, and every time I make disclosures that embarrass them and back them further into the corner, the only thing they have to deploy is Jeremy Clarkson and his friends in the Formula 1 sector and in the BBC trivia sector and the Bake Off. Yeah, which takes us into Norwich and the cover-ups for the global warming scam, one of the biggest crimes that they have yet to launch. Yeah, because we're not yet paying for our right to breathe. Anyway, I'm going to stop, and the guy's going to phone me back and tell me whether or not you can see the images on those files that they have now received. Okay, so maybe Justice will deliver the truth sometime in the near future, and Michael Ancram is the Marquis of Lothian, but he's the representative in the House of Lords that speaks for the Kerr family in that branch of the Kerr family, and the Kerr involvement in my case is absolutely massive. They've been employers in the Plexus company that my wife worked for, where her salary was raised right up to £1,900 a month before she bailed out and she sectored the accounts, and her solicitor has been bold enough now to confirm that she actually sectored her accounts within our joint account that I invited her into as a pauper, £4,000 in debt. She's been unprepared through all of that time. Hello? Alright, so I'll bring some print runs with me, but but the financial documents are just JPEGs, they're the same as the pictures. Shall I wear it on a poster around my neck? It's really embarrassing for the judiciary what they've openly published in the Law Society Reporter. Alright, and is on the first email there's a hyperlink right at and can you confirm that it's still Sheriff Peter Paterson with one T? Yeah, who will be adjudicating on our proof hearing? Okay, that's brilliant. Thanks for your help. Bye. Right then, so strangely the pictures have not come through, but the JPEGs that are the financial documents have. Isn't that funny when you've got a sheriff who's prepared to dope up his wife with the Rohypnol date rape drug and to shag her with his colleagues in the judiciary and the Speculative Society of Edinburgh that crashed everything in 2008 just for a laugh, because they have the power and there is no law enforcement to confront them until I come on the scene. I'm going for a walk. Bye bye. And God bless Miss Thom for seeing the risks.